welcome back to the Miss You, That's All podcast. I'm your co-host, Kayla.
And I'm her co-host, Ashlee.
I totally forgot you bought that pen. And I was like, what the heck is that?
Well, you can actually hear it in some of the episodes. All of my other pens are like clicky. The first episode, I'm clicking a pen. And the second one, it's like the pen mate, like the good felt tip pens.
Yeah.
And you can hear me click, click. And so I was like, I need, that's the whole reason I got this. It's not the reason I got this, it was my excuse to get it, more or less. Because I was like, I like this. And then I was like, you hear that? No, you don't.
I'm here for the practicality.
You know. Cheers to practicality. Clink. Ooh, tell me it's plastic without telling me it's plastic.
This is bougie on a budget.
There you go. Surprise, we're together.
First time ever.
What? I thought we would get to this, but I thought it would be like further down the line.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like in my head, I was like, maybe like 100th episode we can be together. Which in reality, that's a long time from now.
That's like, at the rate we're going, that's like almost 2 years. Oh.
Well, you do live in Tennessee.
I don't know what that has to do
Well,
with
like,
anything.
I would have to come to Tennessee.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so like, which obviously I treated it like it was not a big deal at all. I was like, oh, your husband's not going to be there? Help is on the way. I mean, really, that's what I did. You text me and you were like, I'm sad now, like, solution. Surprise!
So it's no longer Valentine's, it's Galentine's. Because you saved the day.
Yeah. Which I'm just realizing that I willingly left my husband of 10 years. Which I guess I will be back for we'll be back on Valentine's Day. But if also we didn't have to go back Wednesday. I was just like, you're going back to work Wednesday, so I'll just leave.
Yeah.
But I was completely okay with, bye, Brandon, I gotta go.
Tell me you're truly best friends without telling me.
Yeah, soulmates right here.
Right in bed.
Satisfying.
Yeah, but if you're gonna sit there and bang it on your head.
I'm not. What?
It was the exacerbated, I'm not. Immediately, something like a child would say. Like, geez, Mom, I'm not.
I spend all of my time with a toddler and an overgrown toddler. And a very grown toddler. Like,
Touche.
Yeah. Anyway.
On this week's episode, we are just talking about, like, Valentine's, traditions that we have.
Lack thereof.
Yeah, that too. And do you ladies celebrate Galentine's with your gal pals? I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I treat my friends, like, just 'cause.
Yeah.
Like, girls really take care of each other.
We do anyway.
Yeah. Like, not for a special occasion, just cause.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
I feel like
sure.
girls are just like that.
I genuinely, and this kind of goes back to like my own or mine and Brandon's Valentine's tradition. He's not a gift giver and he's not great at receiving gifts. So, like, I lost that train of thought. It's gone.
Well, Johnny and I don't really have a tradition. The first year we bought each other gifts and like went to dinner. We went to a fancy dinner and did like all the cutesy things. Um, which we had only been dating a few months when we celebrated Valentine's Day the first day. After that, we were both kind of like, Valentine's Day isn't like for gifts per se. It's more about like being together, kind of like anniversaries. So we always just make a point to like do nice things for each other
Mm-hmm.
or, like do something together, like an experience. Going to dinner or going to get a massage, things like that.
Well, like I was saying with me and Brandon, I don't know if this is where I was going because that thought is honestly gone. But he's not a gift giver. And so why should I, like yesterday when we were in Target, I was like, should I get him a card? No. Do you know what he does? He lays it down and he doesn't care. That's not a sentimental thing to him. And I took that personal for a long time until I was like, it really has nothing to do with me. It's just
Yeah.
not what he considers meaningful.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why should I spend my effort and our money to get him a card that he doesn't care about? We're gonna use it as an excuse to go out to eat because we like to go out
Yeah.
to eat. But we don't go on dates just us because we don't have anybody to keep our kids normally.
Yeah.
So we'll use it as an excuse to go out to eat. But unless he just happens to go to the store on Valentine's Day, he probably won't give me anything. Like if he goes, I think it was last year or the year before, him and our oldest went to the store for something and they grabbed flowers because they were, they're right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thanks. Like, that's really nice gesture. Thanks for that. Um, but he doesn't like get me a box of chocolates. I'm going to tell you how much he does not do anything. One time I went to drive his truck. This was years ago. Like, I literally just thought about this out of nowhere. I went to drive his truck, and Brandon is a foot taller than me. But I went to scoot up the seat, and I stuck my hand underneath the seat, and I felt something. And so, like, I looked, and it was a box, like a heart box of Reese's. And I was like, who the heck is this for? Couldn't possibly be hidden for his wife. I couldn't think that. That's too easy. I swear. I was like, who's he get? What B word is he getting Reese's cups for? Yeah, legitimately, that actually happened. They were for me. I asked. I was like, who do you think you are? And he was like, Ashlee, all you ask for. He was like, you've told me stories of being a kid and a teenager, and all you wanted was Reese's, and your mom and Aunt Rose always got you a single heart Reese. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like those. The peanut butter to chocolate ratio is off. I wanted a heart box full of single tiny Reese's. That's what I wanted. Made that clear to everyone. That's literally what was there. He was like, Ashlee, that's what you asked me for.
And you're out here thinking this man is
Yes.
buying Reese's for someone else.
I did.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I just realized that instead of Brandon being the villain to that story, it was me. I was the villain. And this is one of those things. Like, outsider looking in, I might put up a lot with Brandon. No. It's him. That poor guy. It's pretty equal. I am a lot to handle.
I feel that way. Think about myself.
Oh, you can feel
I am
like
a
that
lot to
about me.
handle.
No. I am with it enough to, you can feel that way about me. We're close enough. You can, I know.
I feel like it depends on the situation. Like, I feel like we're both quirky about certain things where it's like, it has to be this way. But we've been friends long enough that the other knows.
Did I tell you about the time? I don't remember. I'm not sure if this was like our period where we weren't talking a lot because you were still in college and I had just had a kid and stuff. I don't remember. But it was when we were staying at a hotel because our camper was messed up. And I opened the hotel room door. Every time I tell this story, I realize how freaking crazy I am. I open the door and there's flowers like on the outside, like on the floor. Have I ever told you about this? And I opened the door and I was like, I have a stalker. I like looked out and I was like, for somebody else? I don't know. Probably a stalker. And I like slammed the door and I was scared to leave. I was convinced I had a stalker. Couldn't be from my husband. And Brian's always like, see, when I try to do nice things, this is how you react. And I'm like, it's not my fault that I don't recognize the gesture because you do it once every 2 to 3 years. Why am I crazy? He does try. But something like that always happens. Like one year he decided to surprise me with an ice cream cake for my birthday. He dropped it. He did. He brought it like coming in the house. He brought it in and he was like, I'm so sorry.
100% that would be something that happened to Johnny. He'd just be like,
The thought. Here's the thought.
well, this past year, I was so stressed out you said birthday cake and it made me think about this. I went and got him an ice cream cake after work one night. And I was like grabbing candles and trying to do stuff. The grocery store was nuts. I had worked all day. I was just trying to get this stuff done and get home. I bought him a 2 and an 8. He was turning 29. And it wasn't until I got home, got the cake out for him, was like, look. And then I was like, I want to take your picture with the candles.
And that poor guy probably said nothing.
And I went to open the candles, and then I was like, and he's like, I'm definitely turning 29. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know where my brain went. It's like, it was hectic, and then I had a whole meltdown because I felt terrible. It's like, oh my gosh. It's horrible. Ugh.
Oh, another one. Brandon, this would have been year before last. We were in Michigan? I don't remember. We went to Michigan and Minnesota. Like, we left one and went to the other. So I get it mixed up. Because they're very similar states. So he sent me to this hotel. Like, he was like, me and the kids are going to hang out. you go stay here and just have like a night. Super nice hotel. It was August. The room was a corner room, very expensive because it was all glass. In August, that room, whenever I walked in, was 85 degrees. He tried so hard, and I was like, Brandon, I'm melting in here. And you know me, like, you'd probably be fine in there. You'd be like, I can wait for it to cool down. I was melting. And I wanted to cry because I was like, my husband, this was such a kind gesture. And it was like 11:30 before it actually cooled down to where I could go to sleep. It always happens like that. And I feel so bad because he tries.
It's a thought.
It is. But it's getting to where it's funny, to where like he, last month when he reserved the planetarium Airbnb, and it was 2 degrees. And we almost froze to death because the power went out while we were asleep. Toilet froze. Had to go next door in like a foot of snow to pee. Who does this stuff happen to? Brandon. And so he's like, why should I try? Everybody's going to be happier if I just don't.
Poor guy. At this point, I just feel bad for him.
I know. What is that noise?
Best guess, it's Bella scratching the door. But I feel like it would have been a lot more violent than that.
Okay. Anyway, I like to call him a series of unfortunate events.
At this point, that's very accurate.
I know. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
So, a while ago when you were talking, I almost got the giggles. Because you were smacking that pan again. And because we're next to each other, I just pictured myself like snatching and be like, quit! And then, when you were really getting into your storytelling, and you were swinging it on, all I could picture was that episode of Gilmore Girls where she has the fork on the fork. And she's like, Emily's like, y'all get too riled up over spaghetti and meatballs. Like, we're done.
Yes. And then Richard walks in.
Gonna fly off.
And then Richard walks in and he's like, you could give him spaghetti and meatballs. I thought it would be a good outlet for my ADHD. It's better than click, 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 click.
It is, but when you rewatch this video back and you see the pin flying, you're going to be like, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bella? Take a brief intermission?
We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsor.
All right.
This is actually 2 years ago. I came and we did Galentine's.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. We went to Nashville shopping. I wish we could go to Nashville shopping again.
Yes, that would be fun.
We don't need to. And I don't need anything.
Not that we need anything.
Do we ever? We always have something that sticks in my mind was one time we went shopping and I was like, I need black Levi's. It's always like one thing that we're hunting for.
Yes, I was going to say, we always have a short list. And then it turns into like, you're just on a roll spending money and you feel like you're finding all the things.
You know, I say that I don't like to gamble. Like when we went to Vegas and that girl was like, why gamble when you can just buy stuff and you're like for sure getting something for your money? That's me. I'm like, hit me. Like I'm gambling if my card's going to decline or not. Is this going to be the time I actually spend all of our money? Could be.
What a wild life to live.
Yeah. That's not true. I don't just go to the mall and spend all our money. I'm not that reckless. Or am I?
It's the eyebrows for me. Okay, so at this time, I would like to take a moment and get an audience opinion. So I'm going to need you guys to drop a comment, either in agreement with Ashlee or in agreement with me. Technically, the answer is the same. Ashlee has a bright idea. Please share what the idea is.
I hate you so much. So, I think there should be a podcast award, like an award show, where you win potties.
And when she told me this, the only appropriate response was, okay, Michael Scott. And that's not what she wanted to hear. I didn't say it was good. I didn't say it was bad. I just called her Michael Scott. For the record, I think it's actually a pretty great idea.
Boom.
And in today's world, you got to put it out there for it to happen.
This is going to get started, and it won't be by me, and I'm going to freaking riot.
We'll have the episode as proof with the recording date.
That's true.
So, we'll sue.
Well, we didn't trademark it or anything. So can we sue?
Trademark of Ashlee.
Today's been a long day.
The longest. It's been a good day, though.
It's about to be a good day. This is a terrible idea.
Is there something that you associate with Valentine's Day?
Chocolate.
Yeah. I always immediately think of chocolate-covered strawberries. Like, this is the time of year that I always want that.
You know what I would like? Smack one of my kids for?
I can't wait. This is like the bowl of toenails. Lay it on me.
You're going to agree. You're like, I would also smack one of your kids. For the record, I've never smacked one of my kids, and I'm not going to smack one of my kids. But a good Godiva chocolate covered strawberry.
Yes.
Now you agree. You agree.
Yeah.
I've seen
They're the best. Honestly, it just makes me mad how expensive they are. And that they closed all the boutiques. Mm-hmm. So now you have to order them. Mm-hmm. Like, it just makes me ragey.
Yeah, I was going to send you some when you graduated. And ended up having puppies instead. I was going to
send you some when you took your test.
Joke's on you. I'm a quitter.
You're not a quitter. You're a postponer.
Am I?
You could still take the test.
I could. Back the thing up. I'll cut that out. This pen seemed like a good idea. It's quickly becoming not a good idea.
Honestly, I'm still waiting on the bear to just fly off.
The thing's on there. Feel it. It's like on there pretty good. It's like all up in there.
You didn't tell me if that's the part we should cut out. It's like all up in there. You didn't tell me it felt so good.
I told you that in the store. Whenever I was like, wasn't sure if I was going to get this, and then I felt it. Yeah, you get it.
And now I'm sad I don't have one.
You'll get
You know
one.
they're going to be sold out tomorrow.
Target. I don't know. What's that brand?
Yobi? Yubi?
Yes.
I don't know. It's squishy.
Okay, but
Like
yeah.
a squishmallow squishy.
So normally, like for my kids on Valentine's Day, back to the topic, I get them a card because I keep every card I've ever been given. And like,
Yeah.
I'll go back and look at them. So that's sentimental for me. So I do the same for my kids. I mean, if they choose not to be into that, then they have that choice. But they get sent a lot of cards from like their grandparents and stuff since we're gone for most holidays. But I'll get them a card, a little box of candy, and like a little stuffed animal normally.
That's cute. I remember when we were in school and like your parents could send you little things and they had like the 6-packs of like Coke or Mountain Dew or whatever. And it
our
always
moms
had
made
like
us those?
candy like hot glued to it. Yes.
Yeah, I remember
That's the
our
best.
moms making those and bringing them up there. I remember one year. Do you remember how close? Do you remember how close I was with Miss Pam?
Yeah.
So one year, she sent like all of her little buddies and like Lincoln's little buddies candygrams, and I didn't get one, and it genuinely hurt my feelings. Well, like the next week, somebody like they were like, "Oh, this one got like knocked behind something. It got lost, and it did not make it to you." And I got like all upset, and she actually had. It just like something happened, yeah, and I almost cried over it because I was legitimately like, I thought she was like a second mom. Like when we went to nationals, she was like, I need to watch my other daughter. Like made a big deal. And so when I didn't get a candygram from her, I was like, because she sent like all the cheerleaders one, and then like all of Lincoln's little FFA buddies, which was the group I fell into.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, why didn't I get one? I did. I just didn't know it for a few days after everybody else knew.
I still feel like that's one of those things though. Like you just felt left out. Like,
Yeah.
and that would hurt. My feelings would have been hurt in that situation too. No one likes to be left out.
Not from stuff like that, because I feel like it's a true color showing moment. Like if you make me feel part of the group normally and then a special occasion comes around, kind of like homecoming pictures when you take homecoming pictures with friends
Mm-hmm.
and like all the friends go to get together and they don't tell you that it's like picture time. And so it's like a group of friends and you aren't in it. That hurt my feelings.
Mm. For some reason, I don't recall us having a lot of homecoming pictures together.
Probably because we weren't close until my senior year.
Oh,
And I think
true.
no, it wasn't after homecoming. Did I even go to homecoming that year?
I don't know.
I have no.
I don't think so.
No, I did. I had to because I was on student council. But that was the year it was like not even semi-formal, and it was in the cafeteria. Do you remember
Mm-hmm.
that? Yeah, that's why we don't remember. I had to be there, but it like wasn't really an occasion. That was stupid.
Mm, that's interesting.
Hmm. So what does Johnny normally gift you for Valentine's?
Um, we usually do like flowers or candy. Like last year, I was eating healthy, so he sent me a edible arrangement, but it was
I remember
just
that.
the fruit. Like it wasn't any chocolate covered anything because I was trying to be so healthy.
That's very thoughtful.
Yeah, yeah, I love him.
Well, I'd hope so. You're married to him.
Yeah, I'm all like sentimentally though since he's not here,
Yeah.
but he'll be back and we'll celebrate.
I don't really get bent out of shape. Like at this point, Brandon and I have been apart for both of our birthdays, for anniversaries. Like the only thing that we have been together for all the time, I think, is Christmas. There's just been a lot of, it's just, my birthday falls on a time where like graduations are happening.
Yeah,
So I'm normally at home, not
yeah,
because I really want to be, but because like I don't go just for myself. There's normally
yeah,
something going on that I have to go to. But it's just happened so often that we've gotten to where like I said, we normally just go out to eat. So it's like we'll just go out to eat when I come back. It's
yeah,
just, and like I said, he's also not sentimental and not a big gift giver or gift receiver. So it's just, it is what it is.
yeah. Oh, Johnny also got me a coupon book last year, which was really nice. Like it was like use this coupon when you want me to do laundry.
Oh,
Use this
that's sweet.
coupon when you want a pedicure. You want a massage when you want me to do the dishes. And full disclosure, I kind of forgot about them because, like, house chores, I felt bad asking him because, like, we pretty evenly split that most of the time. So I literally just used the pedicure one like a week ago. And I was going to use the massage one, but every place is booked up since it's Valentine's Day and people are getting couples massages.
I got and not even for Brandon, I got a gift certificate for a massage and I was gonna go to it. I had somebody to keep my oldest kid and I went to leave and I was like, can't do it. They can't touch me. Like, because I have such a thing with people touching me, especially like just petting me or like rubbing my arm or so. You know how people they'll like walk up and be like, how are you? Like rubbing your back or your shoulder.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
I started laughing because as someone who's had a massage, I would not say that for that hour or whatever that they were petting.
No, I meant like,
Yeah.
because I say I don't like people touching me. If you pat me on the shoulder, I'm not like, bleh. Like I don't freak
Yeah.
out, but I don't like continuous contact
Yeah.
from most people.
Especially not like a stranger.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I love massages though.
I'm glad you do. I'm being serious.
I know. um, this episode was very scattered.
They're getting like that.
I mean, we just want to talk about Galentines and Valentines.
Now, I know we have one listener who is newly married, and she might not know what to do.
That's fair.
She probably does, but maybe not. Just an example. Like, maybe people are like, maybe they aren't a gift giver and they feel bad for that. You don't have to feel bad for that.
That's true.
You can say, I don't really want to. That's not my act of service. I would rather us play Scrabble and drink some wine. Like, it doesn't have to be about a gift.
No, it doesn't. It's just about spending the day together and appreciating each other in whatever way that means to you.
Well, like, Brayden doesn't like giving or receiving gifts, but he knows that I like giving gifts, so I've just gotten to where I give him more practical things.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I can use that. So he accepts it a lot easier. Because normally he's like, why? I don't need this. Because, like, with us, I gave you a pair of socks that I thought were cute, and you were like, I love it. Like, I can give you anything. You can give me anything. And we're just happy to have it. You give me a honey pot full of, like, lip balm chapstick. And I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever received.
It is a very cute thing.
But honestly, I think it's important. I think it's important for me to realize Brandon doesn't like receiving gifts. He doesn't know how to give someone a gift. So he does sometimes put the thought into it. Like, what could Ashley want? And, like, whenever he sent me to the hotel, I was thrilled. Like, this is great. Thank you so much for doing that for me. The gesture was there. He thought about something I would like. He gave me time to myself. But I also have to be like, not take it super personally if he doesn't get me anything for Valentine's.
Yeah.
If I didn't say anything about it, he probably wouldn't even realize. And it's nothing to do with me. You have to be more generous.
Yeah.
And I mean, he should too. At the end of the day, he should. You can go into the store and look and be like, oh, Valentine's Day, there's chocolate. Put it in your cart. That's all you got to do. But if you're not that kind of person, you're not that kind of person. And that doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah.
Because you don't keep up with a made-up holiday. Because honestly, Mardi Gras is... I just blanked. It's either the day before or the day after.
This year, it's the day
Fat
before.
Tuesday. Fat Tuesday, yes. I'd rather you give me a king cake all day long.
They are delicious.
Because the best king cakes, because I don't like cream cheese filling. I like for them to be plain, like just cinnamon. Basically a giant cinnamon roll. And normally they're very dry because they don't have any kind of filling. But Rouse's, the South Louisiana, like, grocery chain, has the best plain cinnamon king cakes. They are super moist. They're delicious. To get one shipped to you overnight, which is the only way they'll do it, so they're fresh, it's like $55. And that's cake and overnight shipping from, like, FedEx. It's not terrible because you're overnight shipping anywhere. But yes, and I don't need flowers. I don't need chocolates. Please get me a king cake. I should have thought about that earlier, and he would have done it. Or he would have been like, why don't you just order your own king cake? He would. I feel like I've talked a lot.
It's all those Cokes you were pounding her.
I had 2 Cokes this big.
But it's just because it was back to back. Because you convinced yourself that the first one didn't count. Because it was watered down.
I stand by that.
I don't blame you. You didn't get to, like, enjoy it and appreciate it.
Exactly.
So
I still drank it. Well, I was hoping it would help with the headache.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But moral of my rant. If you don't want to buy your significant other, or you don't want flowers or chocolate or whatever, you guys can cook dinner together and turn out the lights and light a candle and call it a day. You can order a pizza and sit in bed and watch a movie.
You can get heart-shaped pizza now.
Brandon got me one of those. That's like our thing.
That's what I was just thinking of, because you were talking about, like, him not being a gift giver. He bought you your pink sweatshirt, though. Like, randomly.
What pink sweatshirt?
That Nirvana one.
He did.
You were like, guess what? Brandon brought me home.
Yes.
And he, went and got you that sweatshirt after months of you wanting it.
Yeah. So, I think I was pregnant the second time.
Oh.
And it was Valentine's Day. And he was like, what do you want? And this is whenever he was working nights. And he had been working nights. And I was tired and whatever. And I was like, honestly, I don't want you to go to work. I want you to stay at home. He stayed at home. We were going to order a pizza. And when we got the pizza, it was a heart shape. He got me a heart shaped pizza. And then we went to, what is that place called? AT&T, and I upgraded my phone for Valentine's Day.
That sounds nice, though.
Yeah, he was home. That's all I wanted, was just like, please. And he was like, sure, because he hated that place.
See? It's a win-win.
It was a nice time. And we've gotten heart-shaped pizzas a few times since then.
That's nice.
I don't know if we will this time, because we just got pizza on the 5th. We don't eat like a ton of pizza, but
yeah,
it's a kind gesture.
We went and met for lunch last year and went and ate at like a seafood place that I wanted to eat at.
I remember that because you wore that really cute little red dress thing.
Yeah. Because he was in school and he had class that night. So it was nice. But yeah, we always just try to do something together. Just spend quality time.
Sure.
I have no idea where we're eating this year. We haven't really decided. Probably go to Nashville.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Maybe spend the day just hanging out. But on the note of Galentines, I have the best gal pals. Because when I saw Jessica last weekend, who also felt bad that my husband was going to be gone, brought me flowers and chocolates.
Aww.
And I literally cried. And then you brought me stuff and came, and I'm like, everyone loves me so much. So, even though I don't get to see him on Valentine's, I know that I'm loved.
You are loved.
It's been nice. I mean, you were going to make chocolate-covered strawberries.
We are.
Since Godiva had to close all their stores. And no one's trying to pay $90 for like half a dozen strawberries.
We don't want your sponsorship, Godiva. I don't want it. Because it's going to be like 5% off your orders. Free shipping. That would be their, like, thing.
Yes.
I'm not here for it. And honestly, anytime I say that I want something, Brand's like, just get it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm just sitting over here. Oh, poor me, I never have anything. And I'm like, but see, if you put this in your note when my birthday or Valentine or Christmas or whatever, when any of that comes around, go get that. Order it. Wear big screenshot senders.
Yes.
So you have the picture. I have not grown like height wise or feet wise, and I always want shoes. So like if I send you shoes, you know what size I need.
Yes.
If not, why can't he text you and be like, do you know what size shoe Ashlee wears? Like if it's that, or go grab one of my shoes. It's not that hard. That's what I never understand.
I just feel like a lot of times guys don't put that much thought into it. Like there are times when Johnny remembers like the most random things that I've said. And then there's other times where I have to tell him something 20 times. So I never know.
That's fair.
But he tries. And I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the effort.
Well, that's what matters. Because at the end of the day, the reason why I'm okay with being given literally any gift is because I appreciate the fact that you were thinking about me.
Yes.
You saw this and thought, Ashlee will like this. And you took your time and you took your money and you took your effort and you got it for me and then you gave it to me. That's all it is.
Yes.
Like my oldest kid has given me so many rocks over the last almost 8 years, and I have the majority of those rocks. And it makes Brandon insane. And I'm like, one day he's not going to give me rocks anymore.
That's really sad to think about.
Yeah, it is. Are you going to cry?
Maybe.
If you cry, I cry.
I know, that's why I stopped looking at your eyes.
Don't look at each other. I mean, honestly, yeah. I have this plan that if we build or buy a house, I want to redo like our front, like up in front of our door with like all the, because we have rocks from like Lake Erie, Lake Michigan, like all of the places we've been. And like I have bags of rocks. And then rocks that my kid's given me. And because Brandon's always like, well, what are you going to do with these? I'm going to put them down whenever we finally get a place to put them.
That's nice. That's very wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then and your kid's going to be like, why are all these rocks different?
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, because you used to give me rocks when you were little.
I don't know. He gave me one rock, and it looks like a heart. It's really flat and smooth, and it really looks like a heart. And he asks me all the time. He's like, do you still have that? And I'm like, yes, you know this. Your dad gets mad at me all the time because I keep stuff. You know I have it. But I have to send you a picture of it when we get back home. I want to like make that one into a necklace or something somehow. But I don't know how. I could probably get somebody to like epoxy it Because I don't want to drill into the rock and it shatter. But I could probably like epoxy it or something.
You're crafty. You'll figure it out.
I've had that thing for years. I'm pretty sure he was an only child when he did that. This is fun. I'm sad we can't record together all the time.
Yeah.
But I also don't mind that I have a surefire way to talk to you at least once a week.
Yes. Always catching up on all the things.
Even though we do talk more than that.
Yes. I feel like when we normally record, like even though we talk multiple days, I feel like it's like still a fresh, like new conversation when we're like recording.
Yes.
We're both like hype about it.
Sorry. It's fun to play with, isn't it?
It is.
Squishy.
Alright, on that note, I think we've covered all
nothing.
Things. It's called perspective. Take what you will from this episode and not what you don't. We're together, so, and we just showed our generation because we didn't do.
Is it that?
Yeah, I can't even do it.
Look at me.
Why am I struggling?
Middle fingers.
Yeah. That's why, because I want to include my thumb. And you're not supposed to.
Or you can
Why
do
are
that.
y'all overcomplicating things?
Or you can do this. You can do this. You do that too.
No, it's this. We all know
yeah,
it's
this. Like this.
Get it together. Oh, look! A heart just popped up on the screen.
My kids are asleep. Where? Haley's gonna love that. She texted me the other day. She sent me a screenshot and she was like, "What's this?" And it was like the thumbs up. And I was like, "We cover it in the next episode." The next episode. Oh, real quick. Happy Valentine's Day to my husband. I love you. I don't expect a gift. Also, you don't expect a gift because I didn't get you anything.
Happy Valentine's Day to my husband. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow when you come home.
I also have 2 little Valentines. Love them very much. They're great little monkeys. The bigger one is going to be, like, if I get anything, it's going to be because he's going to, like, be like, "Dad, we need to go to the store." Because he does that.
Yeah. He's a pretty sweet kid.
He's very thoughtful.
He's very, like, sentimental.
Mm-hmm. He's very thoughtful. You can tell that we had many years of just me and him.
Yeah.
Like, doing a lot of things. Because he thinks about a lot of things that I feel like most kids wouldn't.
Yeah. That makes sense, though. Happy Valentine's Day to all of y'all. Happy Galentine's Day. If you don't have a Valentine, you always have a Galentine. If for no other reason, it's us.
Yes.
And we love you, and we appreciate you listening. And you should definitely drop a comment if when she said we should have awards for podcasts, and they should be called potties, you should also drop a comment if the first thought in your thinker was Michael Scott. Because if you know, you know.
Also, if you want chocolates that bad, go buy them yourself. Be your own Valentine.
Absolutely. It's 2024. Love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you are on a diet, that's great. Let yourself have the chocolate if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Because self-love is the best kind.
For real. And we love you. And we miss you. Bye.
Bye.